ASMR video. So today we are going to be doing a glance through of the brand new Dungeons & Dragons Player's Handbook. This is from the 2024 release. This is the brand new handbook, the divisive handbook, as many will believe. This is the alternate cover of the handbook. I thought if I'm going to buy it physically, I'm going to go all out and get this one, and it has got a beautiful kind of gloss to it. You can see like the sort of foil elements of the front here. I'm going to be chewing some bubble mint gum as always, so I'm going to put a piece of that in. I'm filming this video quite late at night, so I'm kind of exhausted, I can't lie guys. So I just want to preface this, though I might hold a few opinions in this video. This is not my official video talking about the book. I've not read through it cover to cover yet. I've read bits and pieces of it, gone through a couple of the classes, but I've not gone through front to back on the book. So this is really just a flip through, get you a chance to look at the beautiful cover, and I really do think this is one of the best looking handbook covers we've ever had. Personally, I think that beautiful. It's got, in this book cover, it's got like a foil sort of a reflective material, I guess, which is really nice to see. And you can see it on the dragon as well. It's kind of shining there in the light. I understand some of this artwork will be a little bit hit or miss, but there we go. So we're going to start by flipping it open to this page. We've got like a scene here without any colour. It looks like, you can't tell if there's actually a real dragon or just a statue, but it looks to be amidst of a city, stuff going on. And then we've got the cover page here, a few heroes appearing out the book. I guess indicative of D&D. Got the contents page here. You can see the normal cover, which is very similar. It's basically the party with a dragon. This is the old cover here, and where's the disclaimer? They always have like something funny in the disclaimer. You can see here what it's including: revised content from Xanathar's and Tasha's Cauldron of Everything. Can't believe that was 4 years ago. Wow. Based on the Player's Handbook 2014. Usually they have something like no flums were harmed in the making of this book or something, but I don't see that on here. Surely they didn't skip out on this book. Maybe they did. I mean, I can't see it. Did they do it in the original handbook? Let's take a look. This is the original handbook. Maybe we'll do a video like do a comparison. This is the original Player's Handbook. This handbook here, the new one is definitely bigger. Yeah, so for example here, there's a disclaimer underneath, and the disclaimer is: Wizards of the Coast is not responsible for the consequences of splitting the party, sticking appendages in the mouth of a leering green devil face, accepting an invitation from bugbears, storming the feast or veiled giant steading, angering a dragon of any variety, or saying yes when the DM asks, "Are you really sure?" But I don't see a disclaimer on here, which is such a shame. They're always so funny. Maybe they got rid of it. shame. Oh well, let's move on. So we've got the first, page. It's very similarly laid out. The text might be bigger than the previous book, I'm not entirely sure. And then our first little bit of artwork. I think the artwork in this book is actually kind of stunning. I know there's lots of criticisms about AI art, but I mean they've come out and said that there wasn't any used in this. I may stand corrected, but some of it looks better than others. But bits like this, I really love this kind of style of art, and I like this little scene here. Got some symbols of the dice down here. And then they've got this more cartoony art that appears. I'm curious why they haven't given a single consistent art style in the book, which I think is probably one of my kind of criticisms, is that the art style isn't 100% consistent. But there you go. So again, I'm not reading through this. It's a flip through, so you can see what the book looks like, get an idea of how it's laid out. A little bit more artwork here, a couple of tieflings. I'm assuming they're tieflings. I mean, one of them is. I'm assuming the horns around here. Talking with, there might be an elf, I don't know. Green hag. Looks very much like Auntie Ethel from Baldur's Gate. And they've got a lot of these things here which are actual examples of it in play, which I think is probably worthwhile for people that aren't familiar with the game. I think it's a good thing for them. Useless if you are familiar with how role-playing games work and maybe how the system works, but ultimately probably worthwhile having in there. Good way of laying out the rules. Some artwork up here from Barovia. This mark there, I believe, because I have read through this section. That looks like it's a brain of some kind. You will see some of the artwork are existing characters that are brought back time and again. I think this artwork might be specifically designed to denote interactions with these party members, because I guess that first bit of artwork you saw of a similar style, I think might have been them making their characters these are their characters maybe. I'm not 100% sure, but there you go. Got a monk in the back there. Find some knolls. I like this blade. Looks like the sun sword. Fighting a displaced beast. A bit more here. There's lots and lots of artwork in this book, where previous ones have been a bit shy on the artwork. They do put a decent amount of it in here. A bit more of a fight scene here. And this is a reference to the old D&D cartoon. Getting a nice little bit of art like that. I like full page art. For me, when I'm reading a book, I like the artwork because it helps me go, oh yeah, I can imagine playing the game, and these scenes inspire me and get me kind of excited to play. Then we've got the first proper layout of the new character sheet. Not that I will ever use this sheet. It'll all be online stuff these days. Interesting bit of more line art here. Some artwork for the different abilities. The way they've described the alignment tree there, which is an interesting visual representation of it. Which I'm guessing is, I think that might be a Tressim, a Sprite, a Imp, and a Quasit. This is all levelling up, more line art here. A bit more here. It's a Paladin, Warlock, these are the players that appear on the cover page, I believe. And then we've got some new symbols for the classes, which is pretty cool. And then we've got lots of artwork for each of the classes. The new barbarian artwork. And then we've got some pages on the barbarian. All the main class stuff. The berserker, wild artwork. Wild tree and the zealot. There's only 4 classes for each. 4 subclasses for each class now. In this book at least, which I kind of get, at least they're balancing it out because it was really unbalanced in the original. Big bit of bard artwork here. And at least each of the subclasses feels quite distinctly unique because they've taken like some of the more prominent and distinctive ones from the past books. And presumably there'll be more coming out in the future, of course. College of Dance, of Glamour. Love this artwork. It's probably because it's a bit like alt, I guess. Of Law and College of Valor. Got the harper symbol there. Come to Cleric. I don't know. I'm not 100% sold on this artwork. This one looks a little bit too digital for me. Personally, also her expression, I don't know, I don't mess with this bit of art, although in theory it looks really cool. But I don't know. Her face is just very passive, right? Then we've got a Goliath, I believe there. We've got some artwork for the light domain. The life domain, the light domain, trickery domain, and the war domain. So we're very lacking in subclasses for them, but everyone gets more. I guess it makes it more equal. We've got the druid. I like this artwork actually. All the animals surrounding her. Definitely giving me Keyleth vibes. I'm guessing that's probably what the inspiration was there. I could be wrong there, it could just be coincidence. Lots of the druids. A bit more artwork here. Then we've got the circle of the land. Circle of the moon, and a bit more moon artwork there. Circle of the sea. Finally, the circle of the stars. Then we come to Vita. This one had a lot of controversy. A lot of people were claiming that this one was AI because of his arm. I mean, I think it's a bit. It feels like a weird angle, but I don't know. I'm not one to make accusations like that. But we've got the fight here. This is a cool bit of art. I wish more of it was in this sort of style, you know, like for bits like this. I don't know, maybe they're similar enough, but I'm not sure. Got a black dragon there. And then we have this is the first one, the Battle Master. The Champion. The Eldritch Knight. And the Psy Warrior over here. Very cool. They include a lot more psionic ancients. Warrior of the Open Hand. Brings us to Paladin. I'm liking the Paladin artwork, I can't lie, I love this little effect here. One of the more divisive classes. If you know, you know. Good Paladin work there. We've got the Oath of Devotion. That's a cool bit of artwork. I really like the subclass artwork, that's probably one of my favourite bits. Oath of Glory. Oath of the Ancients. And finally the Oath of Vengeance. Look how far we are in the book, guys. But don't worry, there's not a lot of artwork near the back, because it's mostly just a rules glossary. It's got the Ranger artwork here. Really did some good work with that. Is it a saber-toothed tiger? I mean, it must be, right? Saber-toothed cheetah, more like. So let's look at the Ranger stuff. Let's look through there. Lovely scenery, landscape there. We've got the Beastmaster subclass. That's a cool bit of artwork on that. I wonder what race this individual is. It looks like it's meant to be. It looks like an Air Genasi. Or Genasi maybe. Fey Wanderer. Gloomstalker. And Hunter. I wonder if is this one the no, this isn't that one. Then we've got the Force one. I know people like that one. The Planeswalker. Now we've got Rogue. Good for roguish activity. Artwork taken directly from Mordenkainen's Monsters of the Multiverse. It's a representation of the Master Thief artwork, and they've just reused it, which is fair. It's good artwork. I like the artwork. At least this is like a sub bit and not the format. I don't know how much they do that in this book. I've seen one other bit of artwork that I recognised, but I can't remember where it was. So we start with the Arcane Trickster. We've got a Rogue here, avoiding the Flames of a Dragon. Assassin, which they've done a lot of reworking on. Which they had to because the mechanics in which made them work have changed. The Soul Knife, which is nice to see that being brought into the main book. And then the Thief, which is pretty cool. Bringing us to Sorcerer, one of the classes that got the biggest buffs, I think. Looking really good, this artwork. I love me my magic art, so got some stuff on. Sorcerers are there, things. Got a lovely bit of artwork here, sorcerer using their magic. Their spell list, and this is one of my favourite new additions, is the full spell list for a class being in the class area. I don't have to keep flicking out to see what their spells are, and that for me is one of the best things. This book, regardless of how you feel about the rules, is just like, I don't want to say objectively better, but I feel like I have to say objectively better laid out. The other book, you're flipping back and forth. Rules are buried so deep in, but in the back of this book, forget just this, but in the back of the book, the rules glossary is just an alphabetized list of the rules. So if you are looking for something specific, you can just go to the back, flip through, rather than index it, flip to the other page and read through blocks of text. It's really well laid out, and I'll show you that in a bit as we get to the end. So anyway, we go to the Apparent Mind Sorcery, which is fun, more psionic stuff. Clockwork Sorcery. Both ones from Tasha's. We have the Draconic Sorcery, a classic, which of course was never going to be left behind, and Wild Magic Sorcery, which is a fun one. I'm actually surprised they didn't add the Cleric one in here, to be honest, with the Celestial. I guess there are a number of Celestial options in the book, but hopefully they'll continue to rework in the future and add more stuff in. I'm sure they will, but like, it is the thing, right? Look at the difference between the artwork. It's not visually the same, right? The artwork is different, two different styles on the same like spread. It is a little bit jarring, even as good as it is. I love this art. I don't know why, I just love it. But there we go. And this is the Barge magic stuff. Warlock. We're nearly at the end of all the classes here. This is a fun one. I can't lie. I know people absolutely hate what they've done with all the classes, all the subclasses being at 3. But I kind of love the idea that warlocks are actually now like more like occultists that find themselves stumbling upon the secret texts of a being, and that's how they stumble upon power. I quite like the world building of that, because warlocks as being more occult is kind of cool. It would have been even cooler if they had added in an occult skill, but you know, they can't change too much, otherwise it won't be 5e anymore, which is a shame. But there you go. I mean, I'm pretty damn sure that they don't get any kind of like, there's no new occult skill. I'd be shocked. Where's that character sheet? Where's that character sheet gone? Well, look on there. Probably it would be under intelligence, wouldn't it? Yeah, I guess it would just come under religion or arcana, but there you go. Anyway, skim through the warlock stuff. And we start with the Archfey patron, the celestial patron, the fiend patron, and the great old one patron. Got the wizard here, and Iceberg's right, one of my favourite classes. I love me wizards. Bit more artwork there. We've got the Abjurous subclass here, and obviously wizards have been, I can't lie, wizards have been kind of gutted, which is a shame, but you know, they've decided 4 subclasses for each, which is, you know, I guess fair enough. It would have been nicer if they'd added maybe 1 more each, but it is what it is, guys. It is what it is. They didn't even include Artificer, which we all know is purely because they want to sell another book. But anyway, my skepticism aside, we've got the Abjurer, the Diviner over here. The artwork's nice, I'll give them that. The Evoker and the Illusionist. I like this artwork purely because it makes me think of like a wizard, less of being like this, like the stereotype of a wizard, but instead like just a show magician. I've got a mix between magician and musician. And then last bit of artwork there. So there we go. There are the classes. Go through some of the origins. I love this. I really do love this. The backgrounds with a little bit of artwork. It helps you visualise, I think, when you're creating your character. So we've got the Acolytes. Not the cancelled Star Wars show. Artisan, charlatan, criminal background, entertainer, farmer, guard, guide, hermit, merchant, noble, sage. Oh, I love that artwork there. This reminds me of like the back alleys of like something in Cyberpunk. Sailor, scribe, soldier, wayfarer. And there you go. So now we're getting into races, or species, I guess now. Got some ASMR here. Oh, that might have been what the other person was before. ASMR with like a sort of blue tinged skin. Dragonborn. Got dwarf, there's no like sub-dwarves anymore. Elves, and we've still got some sub-elf stuff. They've really reworked a lot of the... I think I'm right there, right? There's not... Yeah, it's just single dwarves now. But yeah, gnomes still have rock gnome and forest gnome. Got elf stuff going on here. Wood elf, high elf and drow. Goliaths are now in the main book, which is nice to see. Got some stuff here for them. Halflings. Humans, of course. Got orc. Not half orc anymore, just orc. And tieflings. And what you'll notice is there were no half races in there, like half elf or half orc, and that's because now in the newer version you don't take the half anymore. Like, you can still have parents of multiple lineages, but you are dominant in one of those, which, you know, I guess it's just sort of like up for interpretation and stuff. I don't know. Some people like that, some people will hate it. A little bit more artwork here. Getting into feats. Now I'm getting into the bit where there's mostly like just little bits on the side to see. This is all feats, so mostly just text here. And in this version you get an origin feat, so at first level you'll get some, you'll get a feat, and then at level 4, 8, 12 and 18 I think you can choose more. I think it's dependent on your class, but generally that's what it's like, I believe. And then we've got epic boons, which are like special feats you get right at the end of the game, basically. Now this is a bit of divisive art here, because this to me is, because this is from Eberron as well, this to me is saying she's an artificer. That's the machine that they get in one of their subclasses. The Battlemaster subclass, I think is a Battlemaster, Battlesmith or something like that, where they get like a machine companion. I'm pretty sure this is what this is. So, I don't know. If it is actually an artificer in a book without artificers in it, that's a bit on the nose. I love that they've finally done this. They didn't really need to, because it doesn't add any information in. But actually having a visual aid for the weapons is really good. I'm a big fan of that. It makes choosing the weapons feel a little bit more like this, looking at a shelf and going, oh, what looks like a cool weapon to use, and less, which does the most damage. And of course they've got the mastery properties now, which make other weapons more interesting to use. So if it does less damage, you might choose it because it has a special feature you like. And then they've done the same, as you can see, with armour, giving you an idea, even just a general idea of what the armour looks like. I'm a fan of that for sure. Then a bit more stuff to do with tools and what they can do. In nature, you can do some stuff with tools now, which is good. A bit about adventuring gear. All of the adventuring gear finally has like proper breakdowns, which I like, because on Roll20 at least, you can see all of this information in the compendium, but it's not in the actual book. Or it's like mini text or stuff they've added in. This is really good. I'm glad that they did this. So we've got everything in there. A bit more artwork there. Nice bit there. A bit about crafting, which is a little meh in this. Got some artwork here as we get into spells. I believe that is Mordican, or Mordekainen even, and Big B. screen up there on the wall that you can see. You won't see it in any of the videos because it's in the corner, but yeah, a little bit artwork for the object. Armour back of this, and arms of a dart there. A bit of a visual idea of them. Lots of spells here. Oh look, there we go, Bigby's hand. Chromatic orb going on there, which is pretty cool. That got changed. We've got Cone of Gold being cast out here on this spell, or in this artwork. Again, I'm just flipping through mostly for the art and like just an idea of the layout rather than going into super depth here. I'm sure you know that by now, but there we go. Control weather. I'm hoping that this artwork confirms that the base dragons in the new monster manual that will release next year will also have spellcasting built into their sheets, because they lacked it in Fizzband's book, had to put it in. Also, you can see an example of the new design for one of the dragons. The gold dragons look a lot like they used to now. They're going back, making each of the dragons a little bit more unique, which, do you know what, I kind of mess with a little bit. And here we go, daylight being cast here, a spell that they changed because daylight didn't actually create sunlight despite what you would think. Now it does. We've got a dispel evil and good. Here we go, to get rid of a possession, which is pretty cool. I love artwork for the spells, it's part of my favourite bits. Oh, there's, we've got a Divine Smite here. Oh, that's the that is the divisive one with Divine Smite now being a spell rather than a free thing that paladins can do. Got a sprite there doing druidcraft. Dragonborn using entangle on gnolls. Evid's black tentacles being summoned here. Very cool artwork. A few of the spirits from Find Familiar. Interesting. That one looks like a little golden dragon. And of course the classic Fireball. An elf wizard demonstrates the problem-solving potential of the spell Fireball. Now I do want to forewarn you, because this artwork, I just realised, has some in. Later, when we get to the end, probably in about 5 minutes, there will be artwork of spiders. I realise I probably should have said this beforehand, but like it's not like fantasy spiders like it is. I mean it is, but like it is very like HD spider design. So just bear that in mind. That one, they were being burned, so I guess they've done the joke of kill it with fire. We've got the gate spell here, which is really cool. I like this idea of the casting of it with like the wheel, and then it kind of like dialing to a specific place. That's pretty cool. We've got Guardian of Faith here. A Hero's Feast, which is pretty cool there. Ice Knife, I guess because they wanted to represent what it looks like. And we've got Hunger of Adar there. Looking at Storm of Radiance in this artwork here against a bunch of rocks, which are winged vulture-like demons. Lesser Restoration on this Goliath here is poisoned, I think. Yeah. This magic missile has got to be right. Oh, but he is repelling it. Fends off peril with mage armor and the unerring bolts of magic missile, which look like they're searing back round to him in that arc. Got a troll here that's being hit by a acid arrow. magnificent mansion here. Phantom Steed. Prismatic. Ray. Petrifying, I'm guessing. Programmed illusion of a little dog there. Raised it being cast. I like this idea of the diamond. That's really, really cool. A really cool way of like designing the spell of using the diamond. I like that. Scrying on that one there. This has been a bit of a famous bit of artwork. Rival mages use shape change to transform into a beholder and appear during a magical duel, which I love that this one has a beard on. It's very funny. Got some silent images there. The top. This is the artwork I'd seen. Interesting that this is now being used for Speak with Animals. This artwork is for Speak with Animals when this was its own subclass artwork, I'm pretty sure, in Tasha's. See if I can find it. I realise this video has gone on for quite a while, so rip me for editing it, but I guess I don't really have to edit too much. I'm pretty sure it was in Tasha's. Druid. Maybe it wasn't in here. I've definitely seen it before. Was it, God damn, where was it? Was it a ranger one? Ranger one? No. No, it wasn't in there. Maybe it was in Xanathar's. Oh well, I'm not going to waste time looking for it, but I definitely recognise the artwork from another book. Got the Goliath casting a spiritual weapon there. Some of the artwork for some of the summon spells, which I'm glad that there are finally summon spells in the base game and for a whole bunch of fun things. So we've got oh god, I don't want to rip this book. That was really nearly me ripping the page there. I'd have been heartbroken. Apparent spirit, celestial spirit there. Construct, draconic spirit there. Fiendish spirit. And we've got a summon fey there, so fey spirit, I guess. In that case, and then an undead spirit, which is the old artwork for a wraith. Okay. Oh. I'm guessing they're updating the wraith there, if that's going to be in there. Then we've got Tasha's bubbling cauldron, which is a new spell I'm aware of, which is one that makes potions. We've got Tensor's floating disc here in this one by Red Wizard of Fey. Transport via plants in a forest there. A little bit of vicious mockery. Vicious mockery got itself a buff as well, which is nice. Virtualic sphere. There, a bunch of nothics. Water breathing, water walk down there. Even though that doesn't really seem relevant to the artwork. Witch bolt from there. That guy looks like a scarecrow there. And there we have the spells. All of the spells done. And now we come on to the multiverse. I love this little outline. I think designing it like this gives you an idea, just gives you like a visual feel of some of the realms as well, right here. Like it really does give you a bit more like, I don't know, like mentally you go, oh okay, interesting. I guess, maybe that's just me. Gives you like a sense of what the location is like. So they're the outer planes and inner planes. Then we've got a bunch of the stat blocks here. This is where you'll see the spiders, so if you don't like spiders, now's probably the time to jump off. Before you jump off, go hit the like button. So we've got some of that cats there. I like the little ones. We've got crocodile, frog. These are all for more for like familiars and wild shapes. Here we go, there's the spider stuff. giant badger, the spiders there. Imp Mastiff, which is also artwork from an old game. From the Mastiff previously. I don't recognise the Cosset and the Pseudo Dragon art though. Slard Tadpole is one of the cool, interesting ones. Spirit of Wonder. Oh, sorry, Sphinx of Wonder. Wolf Sprite artwork. And that's it. Basically, now we're moving on to the rules glossary. And here, this is the rules glossary. I'm talking about mostly every important rule that you need in the game is in here, alphabetized, that you might need to look at a glance to understand what a rule is, what a word means in the game, and its relation to other rules. So it might be like, for example, we'll say, talking about proficiency, here's the proficiency chapter. Or reference other rules and be like, such and such a short rest, and then tell you to go and search for short rest. But it's all in here, it's easy to access, and then we've got the proper index. The indexual things that you need. And then you end off with a little bit of woven artwork there. And then we've got the same sort of page there, and then at the very end of the book we come to the back cover, which has got the nice big 50 on the back for the 50th anniversary of D&D. And so there we have it, guys. It's taken us nearly an hour to get through, but we finally did it. This is the new player's handbook, ready and raring to be used. I'm actually quite excited to start using this. I need to figure out where I'm going to get the digital artwork. I'm not 100% set on where I'm going to get it. If I'll get it on Roll20 or somewhere else, still undecided on that. Because Roll20 has dropped the ball, really, on their 2024 release. Currently, you can't even level up, and a lot of their stuff is bugged, so I don't know if I'm going to continue on there, because accessing the sheets on there is so slow and annoying. So I might use D&D Beyond for character sheets for players now, but I'm kind of torn on it. I don't really know. So we will see how that goes, because it's recommended you only use the content from this book for this, but you can use old subclasses, but you have to homebrew them in, which you would have to do regardless, I believe. I don't think you can use the subclasses from the old book in the character builder anymore, if you do the 2024 rules. I could be wrong, maybe you could do that, but yeah, so we shall see on that end. But we're gonna wrap up this video here, guys. I hope you enjoyed looking through the book. Let me know what you thought of the book visually, or anything else you want to add on in the comments below. I am gonna do like an impressions of the book once I read through it. I might do a proper first impressions video about the book, because I have read a little bit about it, so maybe I'll do that, because I just wanted to keep this to flipping through the book and just chatting about it that way. But I kind of want to maybe do a little bit more of first impressions on it, and then I will do a proper in-depth discussion about the book, I guess. I mean, I will try to, and I'm thinking of doing a lot more stuff with the book, because I do quite like it, if I'm honest. So I might do a thing where we talk through all of the species, through some of the backgrounds, and I might do a video per the page of the classes and just go through them, or just see how long it takes to do that. But I'd like to do a little bit more with this book. Some might say I'm milking it, which would be a fair statement, I suppose, but at the same time you don't get a new player's handbook very often, and I'd like to give each of those sort of things the time they deserve, rather than try and push it all into one video, because right now I've been talking for nearly 50 minutes and I am absolutely exhausted. So thank you very much for listening in, guys. If you did enjoy the video, drop a like. Again, let me know in the comments what you thought about the book so far, just from what you've seen. Consider subscribing if you're not already, pressing that bell icon for updates whenever I upload. And I will see you in the next one. Oh wait, the videos. Check out the videos on the side of the screen, and I will see you in the next one.